Hello, party people. So I found out what that buzzing sound was occasionally in some of my videos. It's not my microphone, as some people suggested to me. My desktop tower is... the fans are making the tower vibrate in a way that makes it audible. But if you just adjust the tower a little bit, it stops vibrating on whatever is vibrating. I mean, it's like there's a dildo inside of my computer tower. Wouldn't be the first time. But anyway, these last couple of days, including the past weekend, it's been very different. There was some good news, there was some bad news, and there's sort of some stuff in between. I will say this, I'm not gonna divulge any further details to I just don't want to jinx it, but there is research going into whether there would be a position, a different position, a better position, a new position that would fit me the best. Not like a new position fitting me, you know, to, like I don't really like to do that with men, just saying. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, so I guess the search and the saga is not over yet. I just want to share a quick story. I think it says a lot about people in general. I would say I tell people this, people I know, people who I'm sometimes acquainted with, sometimes I'm closer to them. Not in terms of proximity, of course. Imagine if you're talking to your loved one, typically a spouse, stereotypically a spouse, and you guys are in some sort of argument, or, you know, and when you get off the phone, let's say someone says, we'll talk about this later, love you, bye. So something like that happened to me, and actually twice, with two different people. I mean, two different females, of course. When I said that, we'll talk about this later, love you, bye, she said whatever and then hung up without returning the customary mutual, not only just respect but affection. Just because you're mad at someone doesn't make you stop loving them. Look at all the people who forgive cheaters. I wouldn't know anything about that, but you know, I'm just saying, not me personally at least. Like, do you really want, let's say there wasn't even an argument, let's say it was just remember to pick up the milk, bye, and you're just left there hanging. And I don't know if men realize this. It's actually okay for men to say they love their spouses. Just saying, like, it's not something that's gonna make you look weak because they're expressing emotion. It's not gonna make you less of a man, by whatever definition you think manhood is or is not. I used to say this all the time. Sometimes I think I was born in the wrong era. Maybe I was supposed to be born like maybe a couple centuries from now. Assuming humans still exist. We'll probably end up killing each other anyway, but whatever. As someone who's lost, in my opinion, a significant number of people in his life, you just can't say bye and not tell your spouse, for example, that you love them or don't love them, obviously. But the primary again, do you really want your last words? Potentially, either something might happen to you or something might happen to her. Do you really want her to have that lasting impression of you? And we don't know what happens after death. So wouldn't you want to be going there on good terms? For example, at the gates, wouldn't you want to be allowed in, accepted in, instead of the opposite area? There's so many things that, like, I wish to have said if I knew that was the last time I would ever speak to said person, whoever that might be, friends, lovers, just people in general in my life. Most of the people I lost in my life were friends. There were a couple exes here and there, but all of them were not, as far as I'm concerned, it was not obvious if there was a problem, for example, or I don't know, like if they were intoxicated before they were about to drive, and God forbid something else happens, but that's life. Stuff like that is gonna happen. And as I found out, speaking from personal experience, it happens, and there's really nothing we can do about it. We can try to prevent other people from passing away suddenly, no matter the cause, but there's nothing you can do to bring said person back. At least I don't think there is. That's definitely one of my pet peeves. Like, it's funny because I can only imagine so much with any of my exes. The first time I told them that I loved her, or them, whatever. And like, it wasn't like some magical moment. Like, I can barely remember some details about it. It was just that it seemed like the both of us said it because it was already obvious. It was already understood. And given that, if and when we did get in a fight over the phone, whether one of us be outside of the living area or not, in the apartment, the house, whatever, it's just, do you really want to go out like that? Do you want them to go out like that? What do I know, right? I'm just some dude on his computer. Yeah, as I alluded to in the previous video, want to know something that's gonna help things. It was unexpected, but graciously welcomed. But money can only solve so many things. Some people think money can solve everything. Well, all the money in the world can't make Bill Gates pay off world leaders to just get rid of their nuclear weapons, no matter how much money Microsoft has. It's just it's so like blatant, and I guess the word I'm looking for is disrespectful. Because after all you've done for that person, including what they did for you, the fact that you're mad implies that when you don't say it, you don't feel that way anymore. That's what it implies. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Now, hypothetically, if you stop feeling that way, then it wasn't love in the first place, because it was conditional. You only loved the other person when you guys weren't fighting. And that's not how this shit works. Like, personally, I don't think this is how that shit works. I think there's a lot of people out there who would agree with me. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal. It's just a greeting, you know, in this case a departure saying, and you're just like, you're parting ways, or you're just saying, no, okay, love you, I'll be back home soon. And then if your partner is mad, so I guess you're allowed to say or not say whatever you want, right? But the last time I heard about this, it takes two people at least to form a romantic relationship, and the two of you are supposed to be on the same team. So whatever fucking team you're on, you know, you go stay over there, cause I'm gonna be here just minding my own business, and you know, if and when it happens, it happens. But I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that either. Alright, tonight's video was it was different, and like I said, that seems to be the theme of the past few days. A lot of ups and downs. Alright guys, I love not hearing that beeping right now, because that was so annoying. Just something with the tower where the wires are, something with the glass, I don't know. Something's rubbing against something. So anyway, alright, thanks for watching guys. Take care of yourselves and each other.